I
Yeah.
do like to buy. I do like to buy, but
Okay.
obviously what's going on. And I say things how it is. Yeah, I mean, going to the pub, innit?
Right? Yeah.
I do like crab curry and I do
Oh,
like the
yeah.
fish curry and like the
That's
cuppa.
great.
Yeah, I mean, so
Okay.
something like I
Okay.
like to be open and honest. I don't like to like
Right.
beat around the bush kind of thing. But most
What's like one British habit that you love? Hi, Sheba. How are you
hi,
doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. Thanks for
Good.
joining me today on the channel.
It's my
Could I
pleasure.
please ask you to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sheeba Ramakrishnan.
Okay.
And I've been born and bred in the UK. I'm
Mhm.
52 years old,
Yeah.
and I've lived in the UK all my life.
Right. Okay, that's great. And can I ask you a little bit about where you live? Which part of England do you live in?
Right, I live in right now. I live in East Ham. It's in East London, a part of the London area. Prior to that, I used to live in an area called West Ham, which is only about
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes from where I live at the moment.
Yeah.
But I always have lived in the East London.
I see. Okay. So did you say you were born in India and then you moved when you were
I
two?
know I was born in the UK.
You were born in the UK. I see. Okay. So could you tell me like when your family moved to England? When was that?
When was that? I think my dad come here in 1967, and
Okay.
then afterwards they brought my mum over and my brother, who was in India,
Right.
and then a few years after that, my sister was born in
Mhm.
1971, and then
Oh,
2 years after that, I was born in 1974.
I see. So you have one sister, yeah? There's the two
I've
of
got one
you.
sister and one brother. Yeah,
And
my
a
brother was
brother.
born in India. Yeah,
I see. Okay, that's great. And are they also in London with you?
all of them are in the UK. All of them in the
Right.
UK.
That's
Even my mum,
great.
she's in the UK as well.
Yeah. And how about in terms of your family? Are you married? Do you have children?
I'm married. I've got two children.
Okay.
One's 27 and one's 26. My oldest has got one child, and my
Yeah.
youngest is recently moved to Dubai.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow, that's great. So you have two girls. So it's the same as me and same as you. Like we have one sister each. Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you tell me a little bit, Sheba, about your roots? Like, so I'm from Kerala and I understand that you're from Kerala as well.
Yep. So I was my parents are from Kerala,
Mhm.
and they come. My dad come from Singapore via to the UK, and then
Okay.
obviously, like I said, he brought my mum over, and the mum obviously from is from Kerala as well.
Hmm.
So that is my heritage. Obviously, is from Kerala, but as we're born in the UK, it's basically inherited to us as well.
I see. Right. So would you say that growing up was your kind of the culture in your house or the home environment, was it more Indian or was it more British or a mix of both?
I would say it would be more Indian, because obviously mum is very old school, old school. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
things have to be very traditional and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
as years gone on, and obviously as I've grown up and basically moved on, I have brought some of the Indian culture over, but then obviously it's just a bit of mixture now. Like
Right.
when I was bringing my kids up, but when I was younger, it was very
Yeah.
strict. You can't do this, you can't do that, you mustn't
Yeah.
do this, and obviously we would just sit there thinking, why, kind of thing. Like, what we doing wrong? You know, what I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Right.
But then obviously, I think where my mum is very old school, and even now she is very old school. You know, what I mean, she's
Hmm.
very like mustn't do this, mustn't do that. She's very worries about what people say.
Hmm.
You have to live for the community,
Yeah.
whereas my attitude is they don't pay my mortgage. So, you know what I mean? If I want to do that, I'll do that. As long as we're being respectful when doing the right thing, there's
I
nothing wrong with that.
see. Right. So what do you think were like, so for me as well, that my parents moved over in the late 70s, and at the time that they moved over, there were very few like Asians in our neighborhood or in like school
Yeah.
and all that. So I think it was quite, even though it was exciting starting again, it was also quite challenging,
Yeah.
because you feel that you're in the minority. So
Yeah.
do you feel that there were like challenges that your parents faced, like when they moved over?
Yes, definitely. Back in those days, there were a lot of racists, like the BNP was around at that
Okay.
time.
Right.
And then obviously when we used to go to school, was very hardly no Asians, Indians,
Mhm.
blacks, like kind of thing. It was mostly white people that
Yeah.
were there.
Right.
Um, but to be honest, we didn't have much of an issue, but there were some racist comments, like, you get
Hmm.
called all kinds of names and stuff like that.
Okay.
But then as the years gone on, obviously when I went to college and everything, it was getting more diverse. And
Hmm.
now obviously I live in East London. It is very diverse in sense of we
Hmm.
got like Asian blacks, Portuguese, all kinds of people living in East London. So I
Yeah.
think it's more diverse than anything anywhere. Like I think it's like I think it's like a little India in in East London.
That's
You know what I mean?
great.
So you
Yeah.
don't feel out of place kind of thing. Where obviously
Yeah.
when my daughter, she actually lives in Grays, an area called Grays near Thurrock, which is
Okay.
more populated, is more white
Hmm.
populated there. So there's
Yeah.
very few Asians. So there are some, but not a lot. But then you do see the difference. You do see the
Right.
difference when I go to visit. You do see the difference on people's behaviors, etc.
Hmm. I see. That's great. So, how would you say? So, your mother tongue is, well, you obviously speak English as your first
Yeah,
language, and you also speak Malayalam. How would you say
yeah.
your Malayalam is? Would you say it's as good as your English?
No, I wouldn't say I understand it. I would say 95%.
Okay.
I understand it. Speaking it, I can speak it, but I don't really I only speak it with my mum or my mother-in-law or like the elders. More
Right.
other than that, I speak English, but I try and speak at home where I can, like here and there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I wouldn't say it's the best, my Malayalam. I would say
Mhm.
it's good for a person that's been brought up in the UK.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I've had a very similar experience to me. So with me, it's mainly with my husband sometimes, with my mother-in-law, and I try and keep in touch with it, but it's not great grammatically.
But
I feel that I
yeah,
could
it's
improve a
not
lot.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about your daughters, Sheba? How are they? Do they understand Malayalam? Can they speak a bit as
Right.
well?
So obviously, my in-laws are the ones who brought my children up. So obviously, they
Mm.
used to speak Malayalam at home, and
Right.
obviously with my mum as well, they speak Malayalam. But then when they speak back, it's more in English. So I try and tell
Okay.
my grandparent, well, my mum and like the grandparents off, saying like you need to keep carrying on speaking to them in Malayalam, so they
Right.
understand it. But
Yeah.
speaking is an issue. I'd rather say speak in English than speak Malayalam because some of the pronunciations
Yeah.
is totally different and it can come out wrong kind of thing. So
Okay.
I do still encourage it, but obviously I try and like correct
Yeah.
them as well, which is
Right.
partly our fault because we should have spoke Malayalam at
Mm.
home, but they
Yeah.
do understand it uh, to a degree, but not 100%.
Right, I see. Yeah, that's similar to my boys. Like they can understand everything, but they can't put sentences together. It
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
quite challenging. Yeah, but like if we try and have a secret conversation, they'll pick up on what we're saying. They can quite
Oh, they
understand it
understand
quite
it.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is good, I guess. Yeah, okay. So in terms of East London, so for someone who hasn't been to that area, so you said it's very multicultural. Um, so would you say that growing up, did you kind of have friends from a lot of different cultures as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. We had loads of friends from different cultures,
Mm.
um, but obviously more now is in East London is more Asians. So there's a lot of I'll say Pakistanis, Bengalis, Indians, Tamils, Lithuanians, Somalians.
Yeah.
So there is quite a lot. There is a lot. But when I was growing up,
Yeah.
it's mostly whites when I went to school. But in the
Hmm.
area that we live at the moment, it's
Yeah.
very diverse. Very diverse.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So I guess like, so are there many restaurants and, you know,
So many. So
yeah, so you
many.
can try
I
different
think it's
food.
more Indian restaurants than anything else, but obviously there's quite a lot of Turkish food, etc. There,
Yes.
like there's loads of Indian food, Bengali food, Pakistani food,
Okay.
like chicken and chip shops. There's quite
Yeah.
loads of those as well, kind of thing.
Right.
But there is loads of like different like Caribbean foods.
Yeah.
There is quite a lot of choice.
Okay, that's excellent. And I heard that you are now a grandmother, so I'd like to say congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And you're actually a very young grandmother as well. So how has
Yeah,
that
well,
been?
yeah, I do. Well, you can say that because obviously, I had my kids when I was a bit younger to what their kids. Well, women are having babies now. I had them. I
Okay,
think I was 22 when I had my oldest.
all right.
So yeah, so she recently had a baby. So the
Yeah.
baby's 6 months old. 6 months. So
Oh,
it's nice. It's very nice. It's like it's good to give the baby back, but it is
yeah.
nice to have
Yes,
have a grandchild.
that's great. Yeah. So does your daughter live near you as well? So can you
So
see the
she lives in
baby?
Grays. So she lives in
Okay.
Grays. So it's about 30 minutes away by
Right.
car.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's
that's
not that far.
great.
It's not that far, but yeah, it is quite
Yeah.
close.
And how would you say, in terms of being a grandmother, how is it different to being a mum, or is it?
It's totally different in
similar.
the sense, obviously, with when it's your own child, I think
Yeah.
you're more stricter. I know that you say, oh,
Oh,
like, you sort of like dote on your grandchildren when you do kind of thing. But
yeah.
I think it's a smaller version of your own child, but
Mm.
it's like, I know it sounds horrible, but you can give them back as well.
Oh,
But end of the day, it's like a small miniature version of your oldest child kind of thing. In
yes,
my case, yeah. So
exactly. Yeah.
I think it's a lovely feeling to be a grandma.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. And I remember my sister buying a magnet for my mum that said,
Yeah,
this is grandma's house. Children spoiled while you wait. So it's kind of
yeah,
like
it's
that's the
true.
job of
Yeah.
a grandparent, isn't it? Like just to
That's
spoil
it.
your
That's it.
kids.
And I see,
Yeah.
and I always say, like, I mean, it's my job to spoil them anyway. She goes, oh,
Yeah.
but when I was younger, I said, I care when you was younger. At the end of the day, this is my grandchild. Like when she tells her off, like, not tell her
Yeah.
off, tell her, like when she sort of like,
Yeah.
says, oh, what are you doing that? I said, why are you shouting at her for? Whereas obviously, I think when I
Oh,
was bringing
yeah.
my kids up, I used to maybe shout at them all the time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a role reverse now.
Yeah, that's so good. Wow. And in terms of so what would you say has been like your favorite moments with your grandchild, or what are you looking forward to in the future?
I think it's the milestones. I think obviously
Yeah,
when she's like, she was only born 6 months ago, but it feels as if it was only
right.
like yesterday, and she's already 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's good to go back to the milestones. Like it's just
Hmm.
trying to bring back memories because obviously I haven't been like what my last one was 26 years ago. So
Hmm.
things have changed and how you bring up babies. That you don't do this, you don't do that, and I'm thinking like
Right.
that's old wives' tale. Why what are we talking about kind of thing? Because I think
Yes.
more the kids nowadays are very like Google searching on internet how you meant to do things, etc. When we back in our days, it's like no, you don't do that because one of the things
Okay.
they were
Yeah.
saying is oh, like you don't give baby water. Like I mean, like when the thing I
Oh,
was like, what are you talking about? I mean, we always gave water to babies, etc. And
yes.
like when you go to like go to the hospital because you don't do this, like, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And the people that are telling me are
Okay.
young
Yeah.
nurses that's come out of like university, and I'm thinking, what would you know? You haven't had baby, you know what I
All
mean?
right.
But what, sometimes it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
you just listen, you go, yeah, yeah. But like when the baby was born, they said
Yeah.
that you mustn't swaddle the baby. Like, where you meant to like
Oh,
swaddle them.
yeah.
You mustn't do that anymore. And I was
Oh,
like, why? Kind of thing. But then they just said, oh, because it's the heat stays into the blanket, etc. Blah blah blah. So
okay.
you shouldn't swaddle the baby. And I was like, okay, I mean, it's not worth
Right.
arguing with them because that's obviously what the studies are saying, etc. So you don't
Yes.
meant to swaddle the baby. I was like, okay, all right. You know what I
Okay, so
mean? So
swaddling was, I remember when I had my kids,
yeah,
that was really
so
common. Yeah,
we was told to swaddle because I
yeah,
basically it's when they get sort of scared kind of thing.
yeah.
Like so basically if you swaddle them, they sort of feel compact and they're tight
That's
within the
right.
blanket.
Yeah,
But now they say don't swaddle the baby.
I
And I was like, oh,
see.
okay, so it's little things you think, oh,
Yeah,
where did that come from? But obviously
yeah,
they must have done their studies or research, etc. So yeah.
yes. Oh, that's great. And do you find like that you'll be like a source of support and advice for your daughter as she,
I'll try. I'll
yeah,
try to be there kind of thing. But
yeah,
but the thing is, I think the generation now is obviously they do things their way. So at the end of the day, if
yeah,
they're adamant to do things their way, I just let them carry on.
yes.
Kind of thing. But you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, obviously that's what they feel is best for the child. So
Okay.
obviously they just
Yeah.
carry on. But obviously I would advise them.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And it's so nice that your grandchild will grow up with you and your husband and
Hopefully, yeah,
your extended
yeah. So
family
obviously,
around
I do
them.
try and
Yeah.
get involved and like be, but obviously in the weekends and everything, she comes over and she stays and everything kind
All
of thing. So
right.
obviously, I have got that contact and I'll speak to her on a regular
Yeah.
basis. And I see her on WhatsApp. Like, look, social media's there. Obviously, we can always like pick up the phone and
Yeah.
call her kind of thing. So yeah, so regular contact with them.
That's great. I think in my situation, because we don't live near grandparents, every time we
Yeah,
go back to England, it's so special to have that reunion and,
yeah, that
that
bond as well.
bonding again. Yeah. And I don't think it
Yeah,
ever goes. So we try and keep in touch with like video calls and kind of, seeing how they are as much as possible.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that's the main thing. But yeah, I think it's a really special bond. That's great.
yeah.
And how about traveling, Sheba? Are you someone who loves to travel? Have you traveled to many
Yeah,
countries?
I do like my holidays. I do like my
Yeah.
holidays. I try and do at least one holiday a year. So
Okay.
I've traveled to various countries, but I do like hot countries. I'm not really keen on
Oh,
like the colder countries. So and I
okay.
do like to do more long haul, like kind of
Yes.
thing, but like India, Dubai,
That's
Bali,
great.
Malaysia. I do like doing the long haul, like
That's
Dominican Republic.
excellent. Yeah.
So I'd rather go to the hot countries than the colder countries.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So could you tell me like about a couple of countries that you've been to and what kind of experiences you had there?
I've been to Dominican Republic, which was very nice, very friendly
Oh,
people.
wow. Yeah.
Enjoyed the culture, everything was good there.
Amazing.
Kerala, I've been a few times. I've been there quite a few times, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love the culture. I love people. They're very
Mm,
nice. Um,
that's
I
great.
think when I originally get there, I find it hard to settle in the sense of because obviously it's like a totally different culture change kind of thing.
All right. Yeah.
But then after a few days, because we usually go for about for 2 weeks or so. By the time we're getting
Mm.
used to it, then we're coming back kind of thing.
Right.
But then obviously you start missing them,
Yeah.
etc. kind of thing. But obviously we got family out there, my aunts, my uncles, etc. So
Okay.
spending time with the family is nice, and I love
That's
the
really
food.
good.
Food is
Yeah.
actually brilliant out there.
It is. Yeah.
I like Singapore. Singapore was
Mm.
nice. Malaysia is really
Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
I've been back there twice. Dubai, I really love. It's really nice.
That's
Um,
amazing.
and I also been to America. America was
Mhm.
nice, but I find America very like the UK. But
Right.
obviously, it's nice. I do enjoyed it. It's nice to
Yeah.
see. Um, and I've been to like Spain. I've been to Turkey as
Right.
well, kind of thing.
Oh, you're
So
very well traveled.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I
That's
do
great.
enjoy traveling.
Yeah.
Try and do a holiday at least once a year where possible.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So you have some favorites that you go to again, but do you try to
Yes,
also like go to new places? Like, would you plan somewhere? Well,
I
if I had
will.
to, yeah.
I will, but the thing is, it's coming out your comfort zone. You go to places where you feel comfortable. Then obviously, I
Oh,
think, well, I haven't been there before.
yeah.
So in a few weeks' time, like, oh, well, coming this coming week, I'm going away to Tunisia. It's not a place that I will usually go to, but I'm
Okay.
going to Tunisia for the weekend.
Right.
Like a
Yeah.
few of us is just going out there, just to go for a weekend out away.
Yeah.
But I've been to Egypt as well, but I don't really like Egypt.
Okay.
Because maybe when the kids were too little as well, kind of thing, and it wasn't
Right.
my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup.
I
I don't really
see.
like Egypt.
Okay.
But I don't mind going trying somewhere new, but I
Yeah.
prefer hot countries than the
Yeah.
cold countries.
Oh, that's really good. Wow. And in terms of, yeah, places that, do you have any countries that you've always wanted to visit that you haven't been to yet, do you think?
Oh, I like to go to Thailand. Is one of the things on my
Oh,
bucket
you
list,
must
and
come.
I
That's
wouldn't
where
mind.
I am.
Yeah,
So that would be
yeah,
amazing to have
Thailand. I would like
you.
to do Thailand. I would like to be like there for a few weeks, like
Yeah,
island hopping kind of thing. And I
exactly.
would love to go to Australia as well, but it's like
Mhm.
a long haul. So
Yeah.
it's something that I need to work my way up to go to Australia as
Yeah.
well.
That's great. Of course, like if you're going to India and then from India you're coming to Thailand, it's only 3 hours from India. So
Right. Yeah.
it's
Oh, is
great.
it? For me, it's only
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's only
Oh,
three
I see.
hours
I don't hear
from, yeah. So
that.
from
Okay.
like the south. So that's great. That's something that people do. They combine it with India as
Yes.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. Wow. And in terms of traveling, are you like, so you mentioned that you like the hot weather. So are you more of
Yeah.
a beach person or do you also like to be in nature? Or so if you had to choose a city break or a kind of beach break, what would you choose?
I'll do a beach break. Because
Okay.
where obviously, yeah, I don't mind sightseeing and shopping and all that kind of thing, but there's only a certain
Mhm.
amount of shopping that you can do kind of thing. So if
Right.
it's something
Yeah.
I haven't been before, then obviously
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit of both, but more beach, hotel kind of thing,
Okay.
of like, just relaxing. I just want to
Yeah.
relax and do a little bit of
Relaxing.
sightseeing. I'm not really a sightseeing person, but if
Yeah.
it's like main areas, I like to go and just go and see it kind of thing, like
Mhm.
take a few pictures. Kind of, I've been there, done it. So was a
Yeah.
t-shirt, but more, I will say I'm more of a beach person.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, then you have to come to Thailand because there's so many beaches here. Yeah.
Beaches,
And in the
yeah,
first few
yeah,
years that we were here, we'd be like exploring the beaches, going to different places.
mm,
But now we're more in a kind of like day-to-day routine, with the kids and
yeah.
we don't travel so much. So we were saying that we need to go again. We're missing the
Yeah,
beach.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get back to and out to the beach. Yeah. That's really good. And do you prefer to travel with friends or family or both? What do you think?
I think I like both, but I think
Yeah.
more with friends is more fun kind of thing. But obviously you get to
Okay.
do things kind of thing. But obviously I'm very particular on who I go with as well. So
Right.
basically I don't like a whole lot of group of friends. It would be like a
Okay.
close family and friends I like to go with.
Yeah. So do you prefer a
Because
smaller
you're
group?
spending time with them and last thing you want is all this bickering and all that kind of thing going
That's
on. So I'd
true.
rather go with people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're spending like all day with them.
All that money
Yeah.
as well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say your friends are quite similar in their outlook? Like, do they also prefer the beach?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we have some that like to go and do a bit of sightseeing. So obviously we
Mm,
try and do a bit of both. So we sort of like do a bit of beach and do a bit of sightseeing. But obviously if
yeah.
we're not interested in where they're actually going, then we'll just say that we leave that out. You guys carry on. But
Okay.
we do try and do a bit of both. But I
Yeah.
do prefer more on the beach, relax, sitting by the pool, etc. And
Mm,
not 24/7, but I do like to like go out in the evenings and like look around, etc. But I'm
Yeah.
not really much of a sightseeing person as
I
such.
see. Right. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. So, in terms of Kerala, are you planning to visit anytime like this year or next year?
This year, maybe this year,
Yeah.
definitely maybe next year. Kind of thing. This year,
Okay.
because obviously got a few things planned for this year anyway.
Yeah.
Um, More likely next year. I would like to go
I
and visit.
see. And do you have
Yeah, to
like a
go.
dish that you like to make, a Kerala dish, or that
I
you like to
do.
make?
I do like crab curry, and I do
Oh,
like the
yeah.
fish curry and like the
Sounds
kappa,
good.
like and the fish curry. I do like
Amazing.
that. And
Yeah.
but the food, I do find the difference. Obviously, the food tastes so different out in Kerala than it does in the
Yeah.
UK, kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
I do like food
Yeah.
like going out restaurants, more home cooked food than eating out. To be
Right.
honest.
I think the spices are really fresh, aren't they, in India?
It's more fresh and
Kerala.
it's more
Yeah,
fragrant as well. And like,
exactly.
there is definitely a difference in the way they cook it.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, obviously they don't cook more on the fire now. It's more
Yeah.
like on gas cookers, etc. But there
Right.
is definitely the taste difference on the
Yes,
food.
exactly. And there's something amazing about, yeah, seafood, like you said, crab
Oh yeah,
curry, prawns, and all that
yeah,
kind of
prawns.
stuff as well.
It's all basically all fresh as well out there. Whereas
Yeah,
here you can get fresh, but it's not as fresh as we want it to be.
that's amazing. And how do you think Kerala's changed, like since you've been visiting as a child? Would you say there's any
It's gone
changes?
more modernized. Obviously, I think
Yeah,
more in the village areas, they're sort of more or less the same. But in the city areas, it's
yeah,
very modernized. People are more with it, in the sense of like, I think they're more modern than the people in the UK sometimes, you know what I mean? But
right.
it's definitely changing. It is definitely changing.
Yes, I see. Wow. And do you like spicy food generally? Are you quite good with
Yes, I
tolerating
do
spice?
like my spicy food,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I do like. I know people laugh at me as well. Like, because even when I'm having breakfast, I do like to have a bit of chili sauce or a pickle with
Oh,
my like,
really? Yeah.
my bacon or sausage, whatever I'm having. You know what I mean? So I do everything I have. I've got some kind of like spice on my plate.
Yeah, that's good. I have a friend here who carries like Tabasco sauce with her, like when she
Yeah,
travels
so when I
to the
travel, I
mail.
take my Kona with me. You know what I mean? Because obviously,
Oh,
certain
yeah.
countries, like when we go to Spain or something like that, yes, you can
Yeah.
get those little chilies kind of thing, but it's not the what I want. I want like sort of chili sauce or something.
Yes.
So I do take my Kona with me and leave it in my bag.
Right. And in terms of like British food, would you say that like so of course like curries are really popular in the
Yeah.
UK now. So would you say that Kerala food is also becoming more popular?
Oh, definitely, especially in East London. There's loads of
Mm.
shops that's opened up in the last, I'll say, year, 2 years. Definitely, there's quite a
Yes.
few, like Indian, Malayali, Kerala
Mm.
shops that's opened restaurants. Whereas
Yeah.
before there was like here and there, but there's definitely in the last year, I'll say six has opened up.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
so there's
remember
quite a few.
moving, yeah, when I moved to England, I was 3, almost 4 years old. And we were so used to Indian food and like, eating idli and sambar that when we first went to school, my sister and I, they served us mashed potato and baked beans. And we came back from school and my mum said, "What did you eat?" And we said, "Idli and sambar," because idli was a mash and the baked beans were the with the sambar. And she said, "I'm sure you didn't have that at school." And we were like, "No, we
Yeah,
did. We did."
yeah, it was. It definitely was.
Yeah. And even now, like, we're kind of thinking, like, couldn't we see it was totally different? But
But at
obviously
that time,
not.
that's what you thought that was in your head. That
Yeah,
this is their version. Their version.
exactly. And sometimes,
Yeah,
food is so familiar and comforting that you just think it's like other food maybe when you're young.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's so true. Wow. So would you say that you cook well? Are you a good cook generally? Yeah.
I do try to cook, but
Mm.
like my husband, he likes his Indian food, so obviously, like
Yeah.
I do cook more Indian food, but then he doesn't mind eating like English food as well. But even
Right.
then, I have to put spice in it. Like if I was to make a
Yeah.
spaghetti bolognese, I have to
Yeah.
put spices in there, so it
I
will be
see.
like a mixture. So it will be like the
Yeah.
bolognese with Indian spices in there. So even if
Oh,
I was to
okay.
make a pie, shepherd's pie, there will be spices in there as well. So it'll be an Indian version of the pie. So
Oh, I see.
yes, I
Right.
do
Yeah.
stir fries. I do try and do like stir fries and stuff like that. I don't do Chinese noodles, stir fry like fried rice and stuff. But
Okay.
majority of the time we do cook curries.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. And for
Yeah,
people who haven't been to the UK, what would you say is like a staple dish that people
but
eat?
it's their fish and chips, isn't
Right.
it?
Okay. Yeah.
Fish and chips. But to be
Exactly.
honest, where it's quite diverse, you can get all types of food. But like
Yes.
usually Fridays is known as fish and chips night. That like I mean, so
Oh,
usually it's fish. Not that we have fish and chips, but I do like a fish and chips once in a while. I
yeah.
do like that. I do like it.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a change. So we try and do a
Okay.
bit of mixture each
Yeah.
week or something. I'm trying to
It's
do
nice
something
to have the
different.
variety, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
sometimes
it's nice to
Indian
have it. Yeah.
food. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So I just had a few like rapid fire questions for you, if you don't
Cool.
mind. Yeah. Just to like
Yeah.
finish off. So, are you a tea person or a coffee person, would you say?
I don't drink much tea or coffee, but I like to have one coffee every day in the morning.
Right. Okay. That's
Mhm.
great. And would you have Kerala fish curry or fish and chips? We
Careless.
kind of right. Okay, yeah. And what is your favorite place to relax? Maybe in the UK and in India.
Um, in the UK, as I got older, I'll say I've become a hermit kind of thing. I like my own space at home. I do
Right.
like it. That's my
Mm,
safe place kind of thing. So I do
okay.
like my own place.
Mm,
Traveling wide in the UK, to be honest, we haven't really traveled much in the UK. We have been to like uh, Devon and Cornwall. We've been to
okay.
like not far off places. Like we've been to Wales. We've been to like certain areas. But to be honest,
Mhm.
for a person that lives in the UK, we haven't travelled much in the UK.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's just like short trips here and there.
Yeah.
Also, I've done more traveling to different countries than I have like in the UK itself. So the question was about where in India do I like to stay?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have a
yeah,
favorite place, resort or
um,
anything?
obviously we go to our family home kind of thing, but
Okay.
obviously my husband's in different areas kind of thing. But so obviously I
Right.
stay with the family with my family, which is in Varkala, and
Okay.
my husband's in Cherry Hill. So obviously I stay in both sides.
Yes.
Um, so obviously we've been to Kochi and stuff like that. We've traveled
Mhm.
around. I've been to like different countries, like India itself. I've been to Punjab. I've been to like Mumbai, etc.
Okay.
But so obviously it's good to travel in the sense of there's different cultures, how they do things, and the different
Mm.
foods as well.
Yeah. That's right, right. So if you could choose any country in the world to live in for a year,
Yeah,
where would that, or maybe even a continent, where would it
continent.
be?
I
Yeah.
do like to buy. I do like to buy, but
Okay.
obviously what's going on at the moment obviously is a bit scary,
Mm,
but I do like to
exactly.
buy.
Right.
And maybe like Bali's nice.
Hmm.
Bali's very like tropical and everything, or even Malaysia. Malaysia's nice as well.
Yeah, I see. Right.
Yeah,
So you do like the East Asian
I
countries.
do like more like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
eastern side
Yeah,
of
that's good.
countries.
And
Yeah,
yeah, that's really good. And what's like one British habit that you love? What would that be?
British habit. Going to the pub, innit?
Right? Yeah.
Well, once in a while, obviously, it's nice just to go out to the pub,
Yes.
and have a
Yeah.
few drinks, kind of thing. Whereas, obviously, in India, it's frowned upon, kind of thing. I mean, you don't go
Right.
to pubs, etc. Having said that, they are coming more diverse and they're more coming with it.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I think with in London, I think you got that freedom. You can go into a pub or a bar or something and
Yeah.
have a drink. I think, yeah,
Exactly.
I think that is quite nice.
Yeah. And it's all about the social occasion, isn't it? Rather
And the
than the
social
drinks.
aspects
Yeah.
as well. And obviously, it's a
Exactly.
cultural difference as well, kind of thing. But like we're in
Yeah.
the British, they like to have that sort of mingling, mixing with other people. So not that
Yeah.
they don't do it in the Indian side as well, but obviously they
Mm,
don't really like going to a bar and doing that. They rather
yeah.
just do it at home and have a drink at home, kind of thing. But
Right.
it's all changing. It's all changing now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think there's like influences, aren't there? Like the Western
Oh
influences
yeah,
coming
loads of influences out
over.
there, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And a lot of people from the West are going more towards the East. So I've spoken to some
Yeah.
people, like tutors from like England who are like spending a lot of time in India. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
lot of cross-cultural
Cross
interaction.
culture and
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So I think we could end there, Sheba. I just want to, one
Okay.
last question I'd just like to ask you. So, because I've met you for the first time, if you could just describe your personality in 4 or 5 adjectives, what would you say?
Personally, I'm very quiet at the beginning, but obviously, people that know me, I'll
Mm,
say I'm quite loud sometimes,
okay.
and I say things how it is. Yeah, I mean, so
Okay.
something like I
Okay.
like to be open and honest. I don't like to like
Right.
beat around the bush kind of thing. But I mean, some people might find that a bit taken back kind of thing. But people
Right.
that know me, I don't mean no harm. I'm just saying it how it is kind of thing.
Okay.
I like to say I'm friendly. I'm warm-hearted.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what else to say. You put me on
Oh,
the spot
that's
there. You put me
amazing.
on the spot there.
Yeah. Well, that's so good. So thank you so much, Sheba. It's been such a joy to talk to you. Really enjoyed
Thank you.
it. Yeah, thank
Thank you for
you.
this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thanks a lot.
Take
Thank you.
care.